All right, today I had to get my V6 supercharged 4Runner smogged for the first time with the supercharger on it, and I'll tell you about the issues that I ran into and how I eventually overcame them. What's up, EC's Garage? So first time smogging the Toyota 4Runner V6 with the supercharger installed in California. And if you live in California, and if you don't, the smog rules are legendary. So here's some issues I had. I got into the car, I had my CARB number ready, thought I had everything I needed, jumped on the freeway to get the cat hot, got it up to 70 miles an hour. I did about 5 miles on the freeway and then another 3 in town looking for a smog station. Well, I was actually went to one that I know of, and I pull in just because I'd seen it. I pull in and the guy looks at the car. I say, hey, I got a supercharger, but I need to get smogged. Here's my CARB number. And he looks at it and he's quiet and he looks at me and he says, oh, I can't smog this. I says, well, why not? It's CARB legal. It's California legal. Here's the number. So he goes back to his computer and he sort of stands there like a deer in the headlights, and he comes back and says, oh, it's going to be $90 to charge to smog this car. So he goes back to staring at his computer, and I'm looking up at his poster, his price board. Nothing on there says $90. Cars were 61, cars and SUVs 61, large trucks were 79, 80. And I say, hey, where's this $90 on your thing? And he says, oh, I can't smog this car. So in before that, he told me it'd be $90, and I asked him why. He said, oh, because he sort of mumbled something. I don't know what it was. So smog station operators, apparently they're really scared. They're scared to take what they perceive as a big chance, even though I've got a CARB, sticker. All right, so then I went to another shop, not too far out of the way. I've been there before. They don't know me. I didn't recognize the people that were there that day, but they go back to the computer. We have to verify that this is this and da. So they go back to the computer. 15 minutes later, they come back. Maybe 20 minutes later, they come back. They hand me my card, and they said that they can't do it because they can't verify that CARB sticker correlates, right, belongs to that supercharger. So I'm like, okay. So I try to convince them. No, it doesn't work. So I go home. And what I did was I printed the California Executive Order. It's online. It's a PDF. I'll link it in the description. I also went to the Magnuson Supercharger product. I went to the Magnuson product description page. I'll link that in the description. Printed that out. Stapled them together. I called another shop, happened to be closer to my house, and I said, hey, I've got a supercharger. It's CARB legal. What do I need to bring you? And he says, bring me the CARB sticker for anything on your car, any modifications on the car that requires one. It's just a supercharger and my Cali converters, which were done way back. So I show up and I hand him the California Executive Order. I show him the page of the product description from the website with pictures of the supercharger. He looks at that, goes back to his computer, and he's there for like 20 minutes. And my car's just sitting in the bay. There was no line. He's there for 20 minutes, and finally, without confirming that they're going to do it, they just sort of start working. We had another guy, him and another person, or two people, were going over the whole car with fine-tooth comb. I had, their angled mirrors. Of course, they were looking underneath. They were looking flashlights and mirrors, down in the engine bay, looking at the fuel system. I don't have any modifications on the fuel system. It's all stock. I know URD makes some great kits, but they're not California legal. I have heard of ways to disguise the fuel kit, but I have not found the need to do that. So stock fuel system is fine right now with the supercharger, with the stock boost pulley. It's not high boost. So after about a half an hour, they finally start hooking it up to the the pipe, the hose that goes up the pipe. They get on the dyno, start spinning the wheels, they're checking codes, really careful. So they were really cautious. But what happened was after that, they made notes on the report: CARB legal cats, CARB legal supercharger. So I'm hoping next year, for some reason, if they're not there, anymore, if they move, whatever, I hope that this is going to help me get smog next time. I'm told that that's what would have been needed in the first place to make it go a little smoother. So smog operators, really apprehensive. The penalties are steep for screwing around and illegally smogging cars. So that was my experience. So I recommend show up with the California Executive Order, show up with the product description webpage printed out from the Magnuson website, and your CARB sticker, of course. And if you've got previous records, I'm saving my paperwork from this smog for next time, whether I go back to the same shop or the next one. So really, it's should be an easy process. It is CARB legal. Magnuson did everything right. Just, it was sort of a crapshoot, right? It was a bit of a gamble showing up to finally that third station, and I just happened to bring all that stuff, and they took the time to look through the internet to find that it was in fact smog legal, and finally got it up, and it passed just fine. So that's how you do it. If you have any issues, leave a comment, get in touch with me, and I'll help you figure this out. But that's what I had done, and after a little bit of hassle, it went smoothly.